Welcome to Books for Success. Today, we're delving into the wisdom within The Education of Millionaires by Michael Ellsberg. The Education of Millionaires argues that the most critical skills for success aren't taught in traditional educational institutions. Based on interviews with millionaires and billionaires, it suggests that to thrive in the real world, people need to learn practical skills such as finding great mentors, building a strong network, creating meaningful work, and developing a personal brand. Before we begin, subscribe and ring the bell for notifications if you want to keep receiving the knowledge of book summaries about health, wealth, love, psychology, and much more. Don't be shy about dropping your book suggestions for us to summarize. Also, you can use this video as an audiobook summary. Let's grow and succeed together. What's in it for me? Unlock the mindset to succeed in today's economy. Michael Ellsberg, The Education of Millionaires. Everything you won't learn in college about how to be successful. What does traditional education mean today? What if the safe path you've been taught to follow, get good grades, attend a top college, land a secure job, was actually the risky path in our current environment? As technology and globalization reshape the economy at breakneck speed, the skills and mindsets needed to thrive are radically changing. Navigating this shifting landscape requires a whole new approach to building a career and making your mark on the world. In this summary, you'll discover what it really takes to turn your passion into your profession, why marketing savvy is the new job security, and how an entrepreneurial mindset is becoming essential in any field. By learning to continuously create value, build your personal brand, and adapt in the face of failure, you'll position yourself to ride the waves of change, all the way to prosperity and lasting impact. Chapter 1: Google is your new resume. What if everything you thought you knew about finding a great job was wrong? In today's rapidly evolving world, the conventional path of crafting a perfect, polished resume and hoping to stand out from the stack of other qualified candidates is a losing proposition. Some of the most successful people have gotten where they are by doing the opposite, focusing on building a unique personal brand. Take Marion Skembari, a liberal arts graduate who dreamed of working in publishing but couldn't land a single interview. Rather than sending out more resumes, she took $100 and bought Facebook ads targeting employees at the top NYC publishing houses. Her story went viral in the industry, and soon she was being urged to apply by insiders at every major publisher. Author Michael Ellsberg argues that your personal brand, what people think of when they hear your name, is significantly more important than your resume. A strong brand can open doors that no credential can. Too many people spend years building up their resume while neglecting to cultivate their brand and reputation. Building a brand means creating remarkable things and making sure there's a Google trail leading to it all. Like Maria Andros, who went from being a corporate burnout to a successful entrepreneur while creating a devoted YouTube following documenting her journey. Or Robert Scoble, who made himself an influential tech blogger through his signature insider reports. The secret, Ellsberg argues, is to radiate your unique personality rather than conforming to expectations. Danielle Laporte didn't let her lack of credentials stop her from landing a top literary agent and a book deal, based seemingly on sheer moxie. Her business advice, dished out with provocative flair, now commands $1,000 per hour. The lesson is clear. What makes you stand out isn't your degree or resume. Lots of people have that. The real key to professional success in the 21st century is to, first, create something original and, second, make sure the world knows about it. Conformity is out. Cultivating a unique personal brand is in. As Ellsberg puts it, while resumes get lost in the stack, your personal brand stays with you for life. How can you start creating yours? Google is the new resume, and it's time to make sure yours stands out. Chapter 2: Finding meaning means taking risks. It's a dilemma many of us face as we navigate careers and callings. Ellsberg grapples with this very question, recounting the story of David Gilmour, the legendary guitarist of Pink Floyd. At age 21, Gilmour was a starving artist in the truest sense, living gig to gig and winding up in a Paris hospital due to malnutrition. A year later, he would join Pink Floyd and go on to make rock history. But his brush with destitution illustrates the precarious nature of following your dreams. Ellsberg argues that the grander your purpose, the greater the risks involved in pursuing it. Those who make the biggest impact also face the biggest chance of failure. But this well-trodden path often leaves us feeling unfulfilled, plagued by a sense of what if? So, what does it really take to turn your passion into a successful business? Ellsberg's interviews with self-made millionaires reveal a strikingly different approach to risk than most of us take. Rather than betting everything on one big dream, these entrepreneurs take small, calculated risks again and again, learning and pivoting as they go. The aptly named Mike Faith left school at 15 years old, ping-ponging from one business venture to the next. By his mid-20s, he had made and lost his first million. But rather than seeing this as ruin, he saw a lesson. He picked himself up, moved to the US with just $1,000 and started over. At time of writing, his company Headsets.com was earning $30 million a year. Faith's resilience and, well, faith is a common thread among the entrepreneurs Ellsberg interviewed. They expect to fail and are ready to dust themselves off on a just course when they do. It's not gambling, but rather a systematic process of learning through trial and error. You've seen the statistics. Most businesses fail. A key element, therefore, is what Ellsberg calls iteration velocity, trying new things quickly and cheaply, getting feedback and rapidly improving. It's like dating. You're unlikely to find the love of your life on any single date, but that doesn't stop you from putting yourself out there again and again until you find a good match. With each failure comes new wisdom. One way to mitigate risk is to start a service business with low overhead. Even if it doesn't pan out, the consequences are usually minimal. Ellsberg shares the story of Facebook co-founder Dustin Moskowitz, who, along with his Harvard dormmates, took a calculated risk to pause their studies and pursue their rapidly growing platform. While success was far from guaranteed, Moskowitz knew he was gaining valuable marketable skills in the process. For Moskowitz, of course, the risk paid off massively. But the larger lesson is that by immersing yourself in the business side of your passion, you position yourself to win either way. Failures become learning opportunities, while successes fulfill both your purpose and your pocketbook. With the right approach to risk, Ellsberg suggests, anyone can find their own sweet spot between meaning and money. Chapter 3: Marketing is for everyone. Want to make your mark on the world? In an environment increasingly shaped by attention and influence, there's an essential skill you'll need to learn: marketing. And no, it's not just for people hawking dubious products on late-night infomercials. As entrepreneur and marketer Frank Kern discovered, nothing happens until something gets sold, whether it's a widget, a work of art, or a worthy cause. Kern's journey is a testament to the transformative power of marketing savvy. He went from barely scraping by as a fast food worker to becoming one of the world's highest-paid consultants, earning millions through his copywriting and product launches. The secret, he says, is learning to tap into people's deepest desires and show how your offering can fulfill them. Effective marketing starts with a clear understanding of the customer's problem and how your product can solve it. It may sound obvious, but by anticipating and meeting the needs of your target market, you engage potential customers right where it matters most, making them more receptive to your message when it's time to advertise. This concept extends into the realm of direct response marketing. When executed with integrity, direct response marketing is not only cost-effective but incredibly impactful. This type of marketing is designed to elicit a specific action, whether that's making a purchase, signing up for a newsletter, or donating to a cause. Traditional brand marketing, often taught in academic settings and used by large corporations, tends to focus on creating a favorable image or feeling about a product without necessarily driving immediate action. But this can consume large budgets without guaranteeing sales. Direct response marketing is more valuable for entrepreneurs and small businesses looking to make a big impact with limited resources. It's about selling now. Why does this skill matter so much? Ellsberg argues that traditional education fails to teach the language of money, sales and influence, the very tools needed to thrive in an information economy. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, understanding how to get buy-in for your ideas and inspire people to take action is invaluable. It's the difference between being a follower and a leader in any field. Learning the basics of marketing doesn't take a 4-year degree. It starts with immersing yourself in the work of master copywriters and marketers who've perfected the art of ethical persuasion. By reverse engineering their techniques and putting them into practice, you can quickly develop your own voice and ability to move people. As you accumulate sales, you can shift focus to building relationships with your customers. This approach has propelled the success of business icons like Linda Resnick, the Palm Queen behind the pomegranate juice craze. Resnick built a marketing empire by listening intently to customers and crafting campaigns that anticipated their needs. And she did this all without a college degree. Her story shows that empathy and instinct can be far more powerful than any formal credential. Ultimately, Ellsberg contends, marketing is about far more than pushing products. Whether you're an individual or a business owner, marketing is about articulating your unique value and finding the people who will benefit most from your gifts. When done with integrity, it can be an act of service. One that enables you to touch more lives and make a bigger impact than you ever could alone. No dream is too big when you know how to rally others to your cause. Cultivate an entrepreneurial mindset. What if there was a simple shift in mindset that could dramatically accelerate your success, no matter what your field or circumstances? Chapter 4: Cultivate an entrepreneurial mindset. Ellsberg proposes that adopting an entrepreneurial mindset is the key to thriving in the rapidly changing world of the 21st century. This means taking full responsibility for your own outcomes and relentlessly focusing on contribution and value creation rather than busy work. Take the story of Hal Elrod. At age 20, Hal was in a terrible car crash, one that left him clinically dead for 6 minutes. He emerged from a coma to be told he would never walk again. But after some soul-searching, Hal came to a decision. Drawing on his previous sales training, he chose to view this crushing setback as an opportunity. He decided his new mission was to inspire others facing adversity and to, eventually, become a motivational speaker. Defying prognoses, Hal went on to not only walk again, but become a best-selling author and successful keynote speaker. Ellsberg argues that Hal got more out of his devastating accident than most get from years of formal schooling. Why? Because he chose to take extreme ownership of his circumstances and extract maximum growth value from them. Ellsberg highlights this story as an illustration of the entrepreneurial mindset. People who lack this mindset focus on being told what to do, avoiding blame and collecting an expected reward for following instructions. The entrepreneurial mindset, by contrast, means relentlessly looking for opportunities to create value and, most crucially, taking full responsibility for the outcome. Entrepreneur Joe Polish embodies this spirit. A high school dropout and former drug addict, Joe struggled for years with a carpet cleaning business on the verge of bankruptcy. But he finally took responsibility after receiving some tough love. A mentor told him bluntly, "There's nothing wrong with the business. There's something wrong with you." Joe hadn't had the discipline to learn the fundamentals of business, but he decided to change that. He devoured books on marketing, applied the lessons and soon turned his business around. He eventually launched a multi-million-dollar consulting practice, teaching those same marketing skills. The entrepreneurial mindset also means looking for ways to create value and lead, whether or not it's in your job description. Media mogul Russell Simmons started in the mailroom at a record label where he constantly looked for opportunities to learn other parts of the business and learn them even better than his boss until he could solve problems before even being asked. This initiative propelled his rapid rise. At its core, the entrepreneurial mindset is about agility and resilience in an increasingly unpredictable world. As PayPal founder Peter Thiel told Ellsberg, "We've entered an era where the old tracked paths of success, get a degree from a good school, enter a prestigious field, work your way up the ladder, are disintegrating before our eyes." Thiel argues that college has become largely a debt-fueled consumption good that constrains young people's future options rather than opening them. This new world rewards those who can blaze their own trails and adapt on the fly, not follow a pre-existing blueprint. The challenges we face are too dynamic. Cultivating the resilience and proactivity of the entrepreneurial mindset is becoming essential for thriving amid constant disruption, regardless of whether you're an entrepreneur yourself. We can't control the waves of change crashing toward us, but we can learn to surf. Those who choose to take ownership of their destinies create value relentlessly and adapt along the way have an opportunity to ride these waves to unimagined heights. The main takeaway of this summary to The Education of Millionaires by Michael Ellsberg is that the world is changing faster than ever and the paths to success that worked in the past are rapidly becoming obsolete. Final words. Thriving in this new landscape requires cultivating a mindset of entrepreneurship, personal branding, and continuous self-education. Formal credentials and safe career tracks no longer guarantee security or fulfillment. Instead, you need to take calculated risks, create value relentlessly, and build influence through your unique voice and body of work. Whether you're an employee or entrepreneur, success in the 21st century belongs to those who cut their own paths. Thanks for being part of our insightful voyage. If our summary piqued your interest, we encourage you to dive into the complete book for a deeper understanding. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more content if you're new here, and share it with others who might find it valuable. Keep on reading, discovering, and advancing until our next adventure.